So hopefully you guys can hear me. So today's video is I am going to show you how I am going to quilt a small kind of I wouldn't call it a lap quilt, but it's just a small, maybe a wall hanging that I did a few years ago. So I'm gonna be using some quilt designs from Creator Fabrica, and I will post the links down into the description. So I've already downloaded the pattern. So what I'm gonna do is, and if you hear noise in the background, that's just my machine running. I apologize for that, but I'm trying to do this video at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna I'm using Embrilliance and I have Stitch Artist level 3. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna merge my file in, and I'm gonna merge a stitch file. And I know it's a quilting. It begins with quilting. So let me go find it, and here it is. And so these are all the quilt designs for the sizes in this particular design. You get a lot. There's 4 inches, there's 4 1/4, looks like 4 1/2. So I'm actually going to use let's try the 475, 475, and I'm going to get the DSP version. Um, and here it is right here. So I click it and then I'm going to hit import. And so now I have the file. And I've kind of mimicked my embroidery frame. Let me minimize it a little bit. So I've kind of mimicked my embroidery frame so that I can get a sense of the size. So of course I'm moving the design up to the top left corner. And then I'm gonna copy and paste. So I have my design right there and you can see it. And so I'm kind of just strategically placing it. And then I'm gonna highlight both of them because you can see it will hit the frame if I keep it like it is. And I'm just gonna kind of rotate it a little bit and then bring it down, leaving about a little bit of space on the top and the side. And then I'm going to copy the first one again and paste, and then I'm going to bring it over. And again, I'm going to have to adjust. So I'm going to highlight everything, and then I'm going to, oops, I didn't highlight everything. Let's do an undo. All right, let's highlight all 3. And then I'm going to rotate it a little bit to kind of get some space up top. And then I'm going to resize this as much as I can. I'm not concerned about what's left over here because I do have to, once I finish quilting this part, and I could go with a bigger size. Let's try that. Let's go with a bigger size. So I did what, 4.75. So let's go merge. Let's do undo. So we're gonna see how it compares. Merge, stitch file. So I use the 4.75, and let's use the 5. Let's use the 5. And then I'm gonna hit import. And so now it's in there. So let's see how this compares. So again, I'm strategically placing it so that I don't have many gaps. And then I'm gonna do a Control C. I'm actually on my Mac. So in Windows it's Control C, in Mac it's Command C. So then I'm gonna highlight these 2 and what's going on here? Move it down so we can get it, highlight it. All right, so I've highlighted them, and again, I'm gonna rotate a little bit so I can get some, so you see how I'm moving it up, not too, all right, so now I got that one highlighted, so I'm gonna go ahead and I got it moved. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and copy again. And then I'm going to paste. It did not do it. All right. So then I'm going to move this. So now I have my 3. Let's see if I can highlight now. All right. So I'm going to rotate and then I'm going to make it bigger. All right. It doesn't allow me. All right. So you could tell it's a little bit bigger than the top one. So we're going to go with the second one we did. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these. I could go another size up and keep playing with it, but we're going to stick with this for right now because I think we got good enough space um, that it should work. And I can always resize it a little bit when I get to the machine. And so there we have it. So now I got my top row set, and then I'm going to just do another copy paste. All right, and so we now have, so I'm strategically moving it so I don't have too many gaps. And there you have it. You now have your design ready to put on your machine. So what I do is I don't really group, but you can. So I've got it all highlighted, and this measures 14 inches by almost 10 1/4 inches. And I could play around with it some more, but I think I like this. And then we're gonna save the file, and then we're gonna move it to the machine. Okay, I have my design loaded onto my machine. It's kind of hard for you to see it. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah, so there you can see it. I have the design loaded. So the next step is for me to load the frame, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I have the frame loaded. So I'm attempting to do a small quilt that I have completed, oh gosh, probably years ago. But as you can see, I have the frame loaded. I'm using my batting. Um, so I'm using, so I have my backing fabric, and then I have my batting, and then I have my top. So that is what I am going to be doing, and I'm using the quilting design I got from Creator Fabrica that I showed you earlier in the video. So right now I am going to go ahead and do a trace. I'm going to change to needle 1, and I'm going to do my trace. And you can see it's moving. I got clear. I'm clear on the top, clear on the sides. I could probably move it up a little, which I probably will. Make some adjustments, move it up and back a little. And there you have it. Here's my framing. Okay, so I have adjusted my design. I think I'm gonna use white thread for this one. I could use black. Maybe I'll use black. Yeah, let's use black. So yeah, I'll use black thread for this one, and then we are going to begin stitching. I'll probably run that one in time lapse so that you don't hear all the noise. So you can see that it's now finished. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to show you guys how I'm going to line up to do. I'm not sure if I'm going to do the bottom half or the right half, but I'll show you how I'm going to my method of lining it up so that I could get, I don't have a big gap between what I've already stitched and what I'm about to stitch. See you soon. Okay, I have my mark, my white chalk line right here. So I'm gonna move that chalk line so it'll be flush with the frame, and then I can load the new design, not the new design, I can load the design in the new area I want to stitch. So you can see I have repositioned the quilt. You can see my white chalk line, not quite dead on, but it works. And you can see right here, I'm not too far away from what I've already quilted. So I'm quite happy. This is my first time using the aluminum frame in this manner. So I will be back when this thing is finished. Probably I gotta do 2 more hoopings, maybe 3 more hoopings to get the full quilt done. So I have completed most of the quilt. I don't know what I'm gonna do on the sides here, the top and the bottom yet. I'm gonna do something different. I might, I don't know. I'll figure something out. But I just wanted to show you guys that I got most of it quilted. I still have a little piece up here. I think I'm gonna put it in a smaller hoop and quilt up there, maybe 1 row. But I just wanted to kind of show you guys that it can be done. I think the quilting turned out nice, and I'll put something in between here, maybe a heart or something. I'm not sure, but just wanted to finish up this video and show you guys that it can be done on that aluminum frame.